What's up, guys? My name is Gloria Humba. My new code just came out today. Strong faith turns the impossible into possible. There is a great story in the book of Mark 5:24 to 34. There is a woman who has been bleeding for 12 years. The Bible tells us that she went to many doctors. She spent all of her money. She tried to do everything she could, everything in her power to get better. But the Bible tells us that instead of getting better, she was getting worse. But one day she heard that Jesus Christ was passing through a town. She heard all the miracles that Jesus Christ has done. He turns water into wine. He heals people. He raised people to death from death. He raised people from death. He fed thousands of people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. She said to herself, if Jesus Christ did it for others, which means he can also do it for me. Something in life came inside of her. She believed at that moment, she trusted, she believed, she had faith. She said to herself, if I just get to Jesus Christ and touch the hem of his robe, I know for sure I'll be healed. I know for sure all my suffering will go away. All my pain will go away. I know for sure I'll become a new person. But the problem here was that Jesus Christ was surrounded by a large crowd. Jesus Christ was surrounded by thousands of people, which seems very impossible for this woman to get to Jesus Christ. Remember, she was bleeding for 12 years. She was sick for 12 years. At this point, many people will probably start having the mindset of giving up, the mindset of making excuses, the mindset of probably saying, maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it's not meant to be for me to get better. Maybe it's not meant for me to meet Jesus Christ. But now this woman, she started making a way through the crowd, saying, excuse me, pardon me. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to get to Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to get close to Jesus. I would probably imagine that the crowd will probably start saying, what is this lady problem? Who does she think she is? Everybody's trying to get to Jesus Christ. People will probably start getting mad at her. People will probably start cussing at her, probably start pushing her, probably start bumping her. But this lady didn't let the crowd stop her, only because she knew what she wanted, only because she believed, she trusted, she had faith. She said to herself, I know if I just get to Jesus Christ and touch the hand of his robe, I know for sure I'll be healed. I know for sure I'll be free from my suffering. She already had a mind made up. She was on a mission. She knew what she wanted. At this point, nothing else could stop her. I would just imagine as soon as this lady got closer to Jesus Christ, she probably just fall down because she was tired. She was exhausted. She probably was bleeding more and more. She just went through thousands of people. But just at the right time, she reached and touched the hand of Jesus Christ. The hand of Jesus Christ's robe. All of a sudden, Jesus stopped and asked his disciple, who just touched me? His disciple said, Rabbi Jesus, what do you mean? We are surrounded by thousands of people. Of course, everybody is touching you. Jesus replied to the disciple. He said, I know. We are surrounded by thousands of people. I know. But everybody might be bumping into me. But somebody just touched me with a purpose. Somebody just touched me because that person believed that healing was coming. That person gave me everything. That person believed, had faith in you. That person said to herself, if you just get to me and touch me, she'll be free from all the suffering. She'll be free for all the pain. She will get better. She will heal. That person believed and gave me everything. She had faith in me. The Bible said Jesus Christ turned around and looked at the woman, and they both made eye contact. The woman got scared because she thought she probably did something wrong. But in verse 34 of Mark 5, Jesus Christ said, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering. I will say that again. Jesus said in verse 34 of Mark 5, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering. As we all can see, the key to her illness wasn't the fact that she spent all of the money, she went to many doctors. We can all see she has been bleeding for 12 years. I would probably imagine that maybe she was going to church. Probably a church was praying for her. Probably a community was praying for her. Probably a family, a friends was praying for her for 12 years. Listen to me. None of that wrong. Matter of fact, the Bible even tells us to pray for each other. Because prayer changes things. But those wasn't the key to her illness. The key to her illness was her faith. God said, daughter, your faith has healed you. There is nothing more powerful than your faith. When you believe, when you trust, when you have faith, when you expect things to change, when you live your life with expectancy, then things will change. This woman, before she even started going to the crowd, she believed, she trusted, she had faith, she expected. She said to herself, if I just get to Jesus Christ and touch the hand of his robe, I know for sure I'll be healed. I know for sure all my pain, all my suffering, all my sickness will disappear, will go away. I'll be a new person. She expected to change. And guess what? A strong faith turns the impossible into possible. We all can see that there were thousands of people. Probably there were more people in the crowd who were sick. Probably were going through some hard time. They were probably wanted God to heal them. They probably wanted God to do a miracle in their life. But none of them got healed. None of them got saved. But just that woman, only because most of them were just bumping into Jesus Christ without a purpose. They didn't even fully trust. They didn't fully have faith. They didn't fully expect things. This woman got healed only because she had faith. She gave everything. She didn't worry about her sickness. Even though she was sick, she went through thousands of people. Listen to me. She could die. She risked her life. Thousands of people. You were bleeding for 12 years. That's risky. But she did it because she knew, she trusted, she had faith. Listen to me. The crowd in this story just represent all the negative people in your life. People that often say you will never get well. People that often tell you that you will never break through addiction. People that often tell you that you will never be successful in your life. You will never succeed because you're too skinny, because you're too short, because you're not smart enough, because you're too whatever the case may be, because nobody in your family ever made it. You can't even express yourself. Whatever the case may be, you fill the blank. All the negative people in your life are represented by this crowd. The crowd, listen to me. If you want to be successful, if you want to be successful in anything you do in your life, you have to learn how to fight the crowd. You have to learn how to fight the crowd. The crowd will discourage you. The negative people will push you, will bump you. You will fail. You will feel uncomfortable. You will probably be sick for many years like this woman. But listen to me, you cannot have the I give up mindset. You cannot have making excuses mindset. You cannot have the mindset of maybe it's not meant to be. You cannot have the mindset of I'm not feeling good, I'm not comfortable, I'm sick, whatever. You cannot have a negative mindset. You have to have the mindset like this lady in the story. Even though she wasn't comfortable, even though she was sick, even though she suffered for 12 years, she still went to the crowd. Because she believed, she still had her mind made up. She still believed, she still had the right attitude. She gave God everything she had. And God said, woman, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering. Listen to me. Strong faith turns the impossible into possible. Are you bumping into Jesus Christ or are you touching him? Maybe today, Jesus Christ is passing through a town. What are you going to do? Are you already discouraged? Have you already given up? Or do you still have the right attitude? Or do you still trust, believe, have faith like this woman did? Listen to me. Strong faith which turns the impossible into possible. God bless you.